Well, look who it is. It's us here at Titans 2 back with another video. Well, guys, yes, I know last week we did not have our picks video out or even recap the Patriots. But Jake, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even remember that game taking place. That game was canceled. So I'm pretty sure we're clear on that front. But no, I mean, guys, to be honest with you, Titans 2, like the Titans, just kind of needed a bye week. It's been a hectic season. Lots going on in our lives. And Jake, you came down with a bit of a sickness too. So it just felt like a good time to put the gas brakes on for a second. But Jake, you're good? Feeling good now?
Yes, feeling great. We had been doing that dance of transferring illnesses to each other over these Zoom calls. So figured it was best to kind of put it up for the week.
So we have 2 weeks of results to catch up on. So real quick, week 12, Jake, we tied and did not tie in great fashion. We went 8-7 on Thanksgiving weekend. So at that point, I still maintained an 8-game lead on you. Move forward to week 13. We kind of picked on our own, had our own picks, even though we didn't make a video, just so we could keep up with our records. I didn't do that much better, Jake. I went 8-6, and you fell to 7-7. So we have not, done as well as we started the season with. We're starting to drop off a little bit. So now I have a 9-game lead on you. 9. Shout out Steve McNair.
Yes.
At 125-68, and your total is 116-77. We're getting up there.
All right. Hey, and we're getting up there in weeks too, Justin. I'm running out of time to make this comeback. I'm going to have to have some Hail Mary calls this week. I do have a great upset special coming in this video, so I don't know. Let's get to it. I'm still motivated to make this comeback and win the picks again for the second straight year.
Man, I can't wait to see that upset special. Have you jumped on the Detroit Lions bandwagon? 1-game win streak, baby. We'll see.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
But first, we'll have to start with Thursday Night Football. A pretty good one here. The Steelers coming off a huge win against Baltimore last week, going to Minnesota. I got the Steelers on the road to win on Thursday night. I think that Lions loss is just so deflating. Took the wind out of their sails a bit. I got Steelers. Steelers for me. Jake, what about you?
I am with you, Justin. I'm also taking the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game.
Back on Sunday, we got another AFC North matchup. We got Ravens at the Browns. Oh, goodness. Yeah, man, Browns season is desperately slipping away. Can they rally at home and get a big win against a Ravens team? Yeah, I mean, they may be one of the AFC bests, I guess, but this team is very beatable. That offense, is very inconsistent moving the ball. And against that Browns defense, hey, I'd give Cleveland a shot here. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens, Jake. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It sounded like I might lean the Browns' way, but I still have faith the Ravens are the better team. They're going to get a bounce back. They've got a division in their sights to win, and they're right there for the fight for the AFC top spot for the playoffs too. So, and almost forgot to mention a big injury for them. Marlon Humphrey is now out for the season. So now no Marcus Peters. They've been without him for the whole year. Now Marcus Peters, 2 of the best cornerbacks tandems are both out in this game. It's not getting any easier for them, but I got him. I got him to rally and win here, Jake. I don't know why. I just got a feeling Lamar's going to do enough. What about you?
I am going to take the Cleveland Browns, Justin. I'm going to go opposite of you here, and it's because the Browns coming off the bye week. They've had 2 weeks to think about that Baltimore Ravens game where they should have won. Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions in that Sunday night game, Justin. The Browns had it in their grasp and, clinch defeat from the jaws of victory, as Cleveland sports so often do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Browns coming off of the bye week. Now, I'm not sold. Baker Mayfield just really talk about somebody who needed a bye week, Justin. Baker Mayfield just looks injured. Anytime he moves or throws, he just looks injured out there. So hopefully the Browns can bounce back, stay in that race, because this is a gotta-have-it game for Cleveland. So I'm taking the Browns at home.
All right. Yeah, I like it. This could be their season on the line here. Next up, we got another huge divisional matchup in the AFC West. We got the Raiders losing a bad one to the Washington football team, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Got a big win against Denver. Can they stack another big division win on their resume here? Chiefs coming on strong. You warned us, and it's becoming true. Jake the Prophet said that Aaron Rodgers missing the Chiefs game with the Packers is going to, be the catalyst to spring the Chiefs back into relevancy. And now here they are fighting for the top spot. And Raiders are falling fast, and this is going to be their season on the line, Jake. So can the Raiders rally and save their season here? I'll let you pick first here.
No, they cannot, Justin. My prophecy is becoming true. The writing was on the wall in week 7 or 8. I can't remember which week that was, but the writing was just on the wall. And the Chiefs are unfortunately back. I don't know if they're firing on all cylinders per se, but they've stacked a lot of wins in a row, and it's everybody knows it's hard to win in the National Football League. So anytime you can stack 5 or 6 in a row, it's definitely impressive. And the Chiefs aren't going away. That defense is playing well, and if the defense can play well, I think Patrick Mahomes and company can do enough to take care of the Raiders. So give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs is kind of what's carrying them at this point. The offense is still sluggish. You saw them against Denver on Monday night, or was it Sunday night? Either way, that was kind of a low-scoring grudge match there, and it's all about the defense for the Chiefs for the time being. It's just a matter of time. Patrick Mahomes can catch fire at any time, and I'm with you. I got the Chiefs to win here. They're going to continue their surge to try to capture that AFC number 1 seed. So a sweep. We got the Chiefs over the Raiders. Next up, 2 teams on the outside looking in. The Saints now at 5-7, going to New York to take on the Jets at 3-9. Both teams just about ready to look forward to the draft. Saints, have a very slim outside shot if they can get a win here, and I think they will. I think they'll bounce back because it's the New York Jets, and unless you're the Titans, you're going to beat the New York Jets.
Yep.
So Saints still fighting hard. They're Sean Payton, better coach, well coached team there, and I think they'll get one on the Jets on the road here. What about you?
I also have the New Orleans. Whoa, almost leaked an upset special there by accident. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints to win on the road here. Yeah, they're trying to keep their season alive. Jets players probably already have a couple of vacations booked that they're looking forward to. So I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. I got the Saints.
And also rest in peace, Corey Davis. His first year on his new team is now over, out for the season with an injury. So an offensive weapon for them, not going to be able to go for him. Anyway, let's move on. Another big time NFC East game. We've got the Cowboys at Washington. Man, Washington is hanging around. I believed in them at the beginning of the season. I thought they would win that division, honestly. And now that looks so stupid, seeing how Dak has come back and really carrying that team, playing really well. And then they started sucking and losing several games. And now they've found a way to win a few more here. And now they're at 500. And they're at home against a Cowboys team. Jake, who do you have here? Can Washington make a statement here and be a legit playoff contender?
Yes, they can, Justin. I have the Washington football team winning this football game. It's just because I can't trust the Cowboys as far as I can throw them. There's just something about the Mike McCarthy-led Cowboys that I can't really buy in on. I know Dak has his great games, and then, next week he's going to go out there and the Cowboys offense is going to be dead in the water and putting out a stinker. So I don't know. And there's something about the Taylor Heineke magic in Washington that is very enticing, and you like to cheer for a guy like Taylor Heineke. So hats off to the Washington football team, and I would love to see him get a win, and I think that is my reasoning for picking them this weekend.
Man, I would love to see it. Like you said, I'm all about some Taylor Heineke hype train. And Dallas dealing with some injuries to Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, I think. I'm not sure if either of them or if both of them are going to be able to suit up for this game. But, I'm going to go opposite Jake. I do think the Cowboys are the better team still, and they're going to get a win. I like that defense. I think they recently got DeMarcus Lawrence back from the foot injury, the same foot injury that Derrick Henry has. So that is kind of
9 weeks. 9 weeks. Knock on wood, but 9 weeks.
Yep. Bam. It's going to happen. knock on wood. But I'll take the Cowboys. I like that run attack. I think Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott can find some success against that Washington rush defense that's been kind of disappointing through the season so far. I'm not sure how they did last week against Oakland, but they have that big injury to their top draft pick, Chase Young.
Chase Young.
So that hurts. That hurts them. And I think the rush game will be a factor and be the key to propel Dallas to win there. Let's move on. We got two NFC teams who, they're definitely playing for their season, both sitting at 5-7. Falcons at Panthers, the new old look Panthers with Cam Newton, the new old look. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, Jake, so I'm going to move on. Who do you have in the NFC in this divisional matchup?
I am going to take the Atlanta Falcons on the road here, Justin. And it's just because, we kind of talked about it the first week. Cam Newton was back. He's back. And we're like, we're not really buying this narrative. You went out and you beat the Colt McCoy-led Cardinals, and it wasn't super convincing. And obviously they've fallen off since. So I'm going to take the Falcons on the road, and our buddy Art Smith trying to keep the Falcons around in that NFC wildcard chase. It's a weird one over there in the NFC. But I'm going to take the Falcons on the road.
All right. Yeah. Maybe it's my bias too, but I don't know. The Falcons they've exceeded expectations, right? I'm not sure what the buzz is around Atlanta. And if they're like hyped, like, oh my goodness, we're 5-7 this year. I thought we were going to win like 2 games all year. And so I'm happy for Art Smith, happy for his success right there. And I'm just repeating your points, but did not really buy into the Cam Newton, he's back thing. Dude, he was just begging for that to come back and haunt him and become a meme for him probably. Because I don't see him doing anything for the Panthers the rest of the season. So I'll take the Falcons too. Let's go Art Smith to the Falcons. Cordero Patterson, after 11 seasons, found himself a niche besides kick returning. He can catch and run at running back.
Love it.
So that's been fun to watch this year. But let's move on here. Two bottom teams. Seattle at Houston. Jake, it is so weird to look at this matchup and see a 4-8 record next to this Seattle Seahawks team. It has been a long time since they've faced a record that poor. They have a chance to get a win here against the Texans on the road. I'm going to go ahead and pick them. They just came off a win against San Francisco, and that was pretty unexpected with the way these two teams were trending. But Russell Wilson's back. He's playing hard, and if he's back and playing hard, the team around him is going to play hard too. I think he's a guy you like to play with and play for. So I'll take Seattle to get a win. What about you?
I'm also going to take Seattle to get this win. I flirted with this being my upset special, but with the benching of Tyrod Taylor last week, kind of raised some question marks about, is Houston already packing it up? Obviously they were packed up and ready to go. I guess after the Titans game, they decided to throw in the towel after that one. But I can't see Russell Wilson losing to this Houston Texans squad. And I'm going to throw out a controversial thing because Russell Wilson might be on his way out of Seattle, Justin.
Uh-oh.
How would you feel about Russell Wilson in two-tone blue? I don't know. You think he would look nice in the lights on Broadway?
I would like that. Russell Wilson throwing to Julio Jones, handing off to Adrian Peterson. Who are these Titans now? I don't know. Oh, man. He seems like he's still good, and he's not like showing any sign of regression. Yeah, he just got injured a little bit, but I would take him.
Just a fun, weird sidebar. I don't know. Just getting the mind back into football mode after our bye week.
Fun sidebar. Now I'm going to be thinking about that the rest of the day, Jake. Thank you very much. All right. So let's stop my fantasies and continue on to the next game. We got the Lions. Yay for them. 10-1. Getting their first win last week. Going to Denver to take on a Broncos team at 6-6. This Broncos team is so hot and cold, has been exposed time and time again, and then we'll go out and blow out the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know. I think the team we saw against the Chiefs is more of who they are, just not enough there on offense. The Teddy Bridgewater can only do so much for you at quarterback. But they have a nice running back there in Javonte Williams, and when Melvin Gordon's healthy, that's going for them. And their defense is decent still, I think. I hope I didn't just sound dumb, but they have enough here. I think they're going to win against the Lions. I think they're going to talk themselves into, hey, this is our season. Let's put it all out there. I mean, they'll still be at 7-6 if they win this game. And with the 7th playoff spot now, I think you're very much in contention to make the playoffs. So Denver, with just so much to play for, Lions not as much to play for because they always were playing for that first win, and now they got it. And now it's like, okay, why don't we just continue on the right track to a number 1 draft pick? So I got the Broncos. Yes. Go ahead, Jay.
I like it. And you just had to ruin my upset special at the top of the show, Justin. You just threw it out there, stomped on the whole big reveal. I'm taking the Lions in this game because they're coming off
Washington.
No, I got multiple upset specials. I got a 9-game gap to fill. So I'm going to have to pick some of these wild ones. I'm going to take Detroit coming off of their first victory. Like you said, Denver just really kind of exposed for who they were in that Chiefs game last week. They don't have a chance to go win the AFC West. They might sneak into a wild card and they might pick up a win this weekend. But I don't know, something about the Dan Campbell kind of locker room a little bit coming together. Nothing gets the locker room rejuvenated like winning your first game all season in week 13. So hopefully some of that momentum can carry over and I can get an upset special W on you, Justin.
Oh, my goodness. We'll see, Jake. We'll see. I mean, you can't really trust the Denver Broncos. The Lions are still going to be playing hard. Sure, I'll give it to you, but that is very much a mega upset special for me still. We'll see if it happens. Let's move on to the New York Giants in Los Angeles. Take on the Chargers. Giants came off a win last week, I believe. No, they got beat. What did they? I forgot. No?
Chargers came off a win. I don't know if the Giants won or not.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Messed that up. Anyway, Chargers 10.5-point favorites. I kind of want to make this my upset special. You kind of inspired me, Jake. You know what? I'm going to one-up you because technically they're 10.5-point underdogs and the Lions are only 7.5-point underdogs. So this is even a bigger upset. Give me the Giants. I know the Chargers they've come back, but they hit a lull there. They hit a lull, a word is hard for me to say. And I don't know. It's hard to fully trust this team. And the Giants, they can surprise you a little bit this year. We'll see what happens. I know, what am I doing? I'm trying to talk myself into the Giants. Who's playing quarterback? Mike Glennon? Is Daniel Jones coming back? I don't know. I'm feeling bold now. Your Lions pick really, gave me an edge to try to also pick it up. So give me the Giants for no good reason. But yeah, what do you got? You got Chargers?
I'm going to pick up the easy one on you, Justin. I'm going with the home team Chargers. I watched a decent amount of that Chargers-Bengals game being the local broadcast in my neck of the woods. And, the Chargers tried to charger themselves into losing that game, but the Bengals out-chargered the Chargers. So it was good to see the Chargers take advantage of a Chargers-esque performance from the Cincinnati Bengals. If you follow me, Justin, if you pick up what I'm putting down. So good to see the Los Angeles Chargers kind of turn around. Now I'm saying Chargers so much that it doesn't even sound like a word, but I'm going to take Los Angeles in this football game to beat the Giants.
Thank you for switching it up. That was tough to follow. Chargers.
The Chargers took advantage of the chargering by the Bengals, which produced a Chargers victory.
Yes. Okay. When you say it again and say it like that, I follow. Mm-hmm. Football talk. That's some football charging there. Let's move on to the Cincinnati Bengals, who will be hosting the San Francisco 49ers, who are coming on strong and then hit, again, a lull against the Seattle Seahawks. But, man, they're still right there in the NFC playoff picture at 6-6. Bengals at 7-5. It seems like every time I turn my head again, the Bengals just took another L. But they're still 7-5, so they really haven't gone anywhere. They're very much in contention for the AFC North. And I guess beyond that, they're one game out, I guess, from the AFC top seed. It is such a mess in the AFC this year, Jake. Lots to be sorted out in this final month of December. And the Bengals, I think, hold the tiebreaker on the Ravens. I think they blew them out.
Currently, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they got blown out by the Browns, but then they beat the Steelers. Yeah, so much is going on.
Round robin, yeah, for sure.
But they're at home against the Niners. So I'm kind of buying into the Niners, even with their loss last week. But who do you got? Toss it up.
I'm going to take the Bengals in a bounce-back performance. That's kind of been the Bengals' MO this year. It's when they take a bad loss, they're going to flip right back, and Joe Burrow's going to get back into it. I know Joe Burrow's injured after last week. His throwing hand is all bruised and swelled up. So hopefully that doesn't play too much a factor in the rest of the Bengals season, because I would like to see them get in the dance, Justin. It's fun to see Bengals fans get all riled up around town here. So I'm going to take the Bengals here to bounce back, and that's just who wants the AFC North? It seems like nobody wants it at this point. So maybe the Bengals. Why not?
Yeah, why not the Bengals? I'm with you. I know I said I'm kind of buying into the Niners, but I'm also going to take the Bengals. I just like the young talent they have, the receivers, Joe Burrow, obviously, Joe Mixon running well this year. So I'm going to take the Bengals. And kind of an outside note, it would be nice to see some losses for the 49ers in the next couple weeks, because the Titans do play them on Thursday night toward the end of the season. And, it would be nice, I hate to say, I hope, you want to beat any given team, regardless of the circumstances. But if they get a few more losses, they start becoming more on the outside of the playoff picture, looking in, then that gives the Titans more chances, because, they're not going to have anything to play for. So Titans are still going to be looking to get healthy. So hopefully, they'll get a down and out Niners team instead of one that's surging and just on fire and clicking on all cylinders. So hopefully the Bengals can help us out long-term in handing them a loss here. So I'm going to take that too. And hopefully the Bengals can take that into consideration. They're going to think, we got to help out these Titans down here. They play the Niners later in the season. That's dumb. That's dumb, Jake.
The heavy-hitting football analysis of Chargers winning because the Bengals chargered, and also maybe the Bengals want to help out the Titans. Just because.
We're out for a bye week, and look at what's become of us. Just the most ridiculous takes and analysis for these games. But let's see what we got here, Jake. This is a big one for the Buffalo Bills. They're on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, goodness, these Buffalo Bills, these are the Bills that were the AFC favorites for the first half of the season. And now look at them. They don't even have the lead or the tiebreaker on the New England Patriots anymore. So now are they playing for a wild card spot? I know they still have one more against New England, but they need every win they can get here. But I don't see it. I don't see it coming against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down in Tom Brady Stadium. So I see the Bills taking another L here. Just a shocking kind of falling off that they've gone through. I don't know what they are in their last 5 games, but I mean, they were like 6-2 at one point. I mean, goodness, that now 7-5. So they got to right the ship quickly, but it might come a week later, because I have Tampa Bay winning here. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Bucks, Justin. It's weird this Buffalo kind of collapsed, because they just lost their home game against the New England Patriots. And how about that Bill Belichick masterpiece? I just had the feeling that I saw the weather report and I said, Bill Belichick's going to do something. And that was throw 3 passes in the entire game. And Buffalo still got beat, Justin. That tells you a lot about this Buffalo Bills team, that when they know you're running the football, you pass 3 times an entire game. And when the Bills know you're going to run the football, they can't stop it. And they can't kind of lace up their big boy pants and play football in the shitty Buffalo weather. So maybe they're not contenders. And they lost their home game against the Patriots. They go into a tough Tampa Bay Buccaneers team on the road this week. Maybe they'll get some more sunny weather. But then they got to turn right back around and go to Foxborough and play the Patriots again. And Bill Belichick is maybe going to only run the ball 3 times in that game, depending on weather. So, it's going to be weird to see the Bills maybe on the outside looking in here in a couple weeks, and they're going to have to put together some wins. But I don't have them doing it this weekend. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Man, I didn't know the Patriots were that quick of a turnaround. Man, if the Bills drop this game against the Bucs and then lose again against the Patriots, are they going to be in danger of missing the playoffs?
They could be.
That would be an epic collapse there, but we'll see. But we both got the Bucs here, so Bills fans should be getting pretty nervous at this point, I got to say. But let's move on. Sunday Night Football. Here's your classic NFL matchup with the old school rivalry of the Chicago Bears at Lambeau Field taking on Aaron Rodgers. And they're back. The Green Bay Packers are looking fine with Rodgers back in the lineup. They're at 9-3, looking to get that number 1 overall seed against the Cardinals, which could come this weekend if the Rams can beat the Cardinals and the Packers get this win here. because they do own the tiebreaker, a big-time tiebreaker they own against Arizona. And I think they do. I think they take care of business. Matt Nagy on his way out the door. They don't have enough offense against another underrated defense. We talked about Kansas City's defense, whereas that team is more known for their offense for the past several years. But the Packers, again, their defense is really keeping them in a lot of these games. And the reason for a lot of their success. And yeah, poor Justin Fields back there. He might be running for his life. Man, here, like, welcome to the NFL. You get the Packers in December at night at Lambeau Field against one of the better defenses in the NFL. Here you go. Here's your NFL moment, Justin Fields. What can you do? Hopefully Matt Nagy doesn't get you killed. But I got Packers. What about you?
I am also going to take the Packers. Easy pick. My cousin, Justin, who is a Chicago Bears fan, sent me a fantastic stat I had to share because you brought up Matt Nagy on the way out, obviously. Fire Nagy chants happening at Chicago Bulls games and high school football games across Chicago. It's not good. I would not want to be him. But here's a quick stat for you on Matt Nagy's offense, Justin. Matt Nagy's passing offense is averaging 173 yards per game. Good for last in the NFL, 32 out of 32. By comparison, Sid Luckman, Bears quarterback in the 1940s, averaged 189 passing yards a game. So Matt Nagy's passing offense is less efficient than the Bears' passing offense in the 1940s, Justin.
Oh, my gosh.
And the Bears in the 1940s passed for more yards than your Chicago Bears today. So easy pick, taking the Bears taking the Packers to beat the Bears in Lambeau Field.
Watch it. I'll give you that. I'll give you that Bears logo. Sorry, I had a call coming in. I got tripped up.
Good.
No, man. Maybe Sid Luckman can come back to life. Sorry, I got morbid because then I realized he's probably dead. But no saving grace for the Bears this year. They might as well pack it in. We'll see if they can bounce back next season. But for the final game of week 14, we got the Rams at the Cardinals. Huge, big time NFC West game. Cardinals can pretty much seal the deal on this division if they win. But if the Rams win, still an open division between them two. It's become a 2-team race at this point with the Seahawks and Niners officially, too far behind. And it's tempting. I kind of want to pick the Rams, but you saw this Cardinals team with Kyler Murray back, and just the difference that he makes. He could be your MVP this year, and it's ironic in that he's kind of proven it by missing games and showing how much of a difference he makes for this team. And they look like the best team in the NFL when he's on the field. So I want to pick the Rams just because it would be exciting and it'd be a little bit of an upset, but I'm going to go safe. I'm going to take Arizona. I already picked the Giants to win with Mike Glennon. So I got to be smart here, Jake. I got Arizona to seal the deal and almost get closer to locking up the 1 seed. What about you?
I am going to take the Rams, Justin. You kind of just talked up the Rams. Good talking points. I thought the Rams kind of had their backs against the wall a little bit last weekend when they played the Jags. And you looked at that matchup and you said the Rams need to win this game by a lot to kind of prove that they're still in the conversation because they were getting beat up by teams who were just tougher than them. And I know they're shiny Los Angeles and they don't want to play nitty gritty football. And they weren't. They were getting beat in the trenches, just getting bullied. The Titans bullied them on Sunday night way back when. And so I thought that maybe the Rams would be out. Maybe Jacksonville gives them a fight and they go out and they blow the doors off the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm still a slight believer in the Rams, and I'm going to take them in this game, Justin, to kind of even up that NFC West a little bit. It'll be an interesting matchup for sure.
Yeah. I'm kind of pulling for them. I like how muddled obviously the entire AFC is, and the NFC is almost there. If the Cardinals can just drop 1 or 2 more games this year, then we'll have an entire muddled NFL picture, and nobody's going to know or agree on who the favorite should be to win the Super Bowl. It's been an exciting season. So for that reason, I'm kind of hoping the Rams win because more parity, the better. But we got one more here, Jake. Of course, we've got a particular team returning back in action. The Tennessee Titans at home after a much-needed bye week, possibly, I hope I don't jinx myself, again, getting a game against a much-needed opponent in the Jacksonville Jags, because the Titans recently have owned the Jags. And boy, do we need another win in the win column. Man, dude, we're 8-4. It shouldn't feel like this, but in context, it's, man, those win, that 27-3 win against Kansas City, the blowout against the Rams, that almost feels like a different season ago. Yep. Because of what's happened recently in the past few weeks with the losses to the Texans and the blowout against the Patriots. And oh my goodness, what's happening with this team? We got to get our players back. I need to taste that sweet taste of victory again, Jake. And I hope these Titans are licking their chops, because they got a Jacksonville team coming off the heels of a blowout against the LA Rams, as you had mentioned. So it's got to be a get right game. Dare I say it? I have confidence, but I had a lot of confidence against Houston when we were down a lot of guys, and we are getting a few guys back, which we're going to need. But yeah. Got to cut myself off, keep it short and sweet, because we got another preview video to make. But I got the Titans, got them to rally against the Jacksonville team. Jacksonville's team's bad. They might be worse than the Texans. I want to say that. I mean, Tyrod
lost
Taylor,
to them week 1.
Yeah, that's right. And Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback for the Texans in week 1. So, Texans are a so much better team than Jacksonville. So we definitely got this game, Titans fans. Don't fret. They are not a powerhouse like those Texans were. All right. I'm sorry. I'm done.
You're
Jake.
good.
What do you got?
You're good. Coming out of the bye, Mike Vrabel's teams have been very good when, Mike Vrabel has more than a week to prepare. We've talked about this. Obviously, the outlier this year was week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals. But I like the Titans in this game, Justin. Now I'm going to bring up something that, I'm not superstitious, but I'm very much a little stitious. And I'm going to my girlfriend's family's Christmas party on Sunday. And the last 2 times that this girlfriend Christmas party has happened, while the Titans were on TV, 0-2, Justin. Titans have been 0-2 at Christmas dinner. So I'm not going to pick the Titans, because I think that, just like us, we need the sweet taste of victory again. I mean, this team was 8-2. This team should be 9-3, Justin. I mean, I still think we dropped the Patriots game, but that Houston game is just a demerit on the schedule. We should be right up there. Well, I guess the Patriots would have the tiebreaker, but we should be right there for the number 1 seed. And it's still in play, Justin. If the Titans can get hot, make a playoff push, I think the number 1 seed is still very much in play. But I'm going to take the Titans to win this football game, Justin. Crossing my fingers at the family Christmas dinner table and hoping that trend does not continue. So it's just something to think about.
Sometimes, Jake, there comes a time when in a relationship, you got to ask yourself, do I really love this girl? Do I really love her that much? You got to make the right decision, Jake. And you got to think about your Titans team first.
Yep. It's fair. And you know what? I'll have it on a probably side laptop. They're very courteous. They're very understanding of our sometimes delusional fandom. And they've watched me, in peril go down twice during Christmas dinner. So hopefully it's not a third time. Third time's the charm, Justin. And I think they're going to win. I think the Titans got
They've seen you at your worst and your absolute saddest. I mean, hey, that's not a bad thing. I mean, hey, it's time to get to know where folks like that. All right. We're done. We got through it. It's been a while since we made a video. I'm sure you guys could tell. But that's our picks, guys. That's our picks. Football is here in December, and it's a beautiful thing. And there's a lot of exciting games to be played, and lots of the standings to be sorted out, and playoff seeds and stuff. So, man, it's good to have the regular football season back after that weird COVID year where, some just kind of felt off about it the whole year, playing in front of empty stadiums and what have you. But it's back. Titans football, most importantly, is back against the Jags. And hopefully they can give us what we love to see, and that's a Jacksonville pounding on our home field. So love you guys. Thanks for sticking with us through the absence. You guys take care. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the December holidays coming up soon. Jake, what do you got? Got anything left?
Absolutely. Nothing left. Just tighten up, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Everybody have a great football weekend, and let's go get a Titans victory, man. It feels like it's been forever since we've been in the win column. It's been almost a whole month, 3 weeks. So no better opportunity to do that than against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Knock on wood. This Titans team can't overlook anybody, but let's go get a dub. Like, comment, subscribe. Again, all that jazz. Again, peace out, y'all, and have a great weekend.